Louis Anthony Mackerley disappeared from a street near his home in Allentown, Pennsylvania when he was just 7 years old. To this day, no trace of him has ever been found. This is his story. On June 7, 1984, 7-year-old Louis Mackerley came home from school and told his babysitter that he was going to walk to the 300 block of Chew Street to play with friends. Witnesses observed Louis walking between 4th Street and Gordon Street, about a block from his second-floor apartment in the 360 block of Chew Street. His parents believe he may have been headed for the Chew Street home of an elderly woman he liked to visit. The owner of a local hot dog stand stated that Louis came in at 4 p.m. and had spent approximately 45 minutes browsing around the store. He told the shop owner that he was in the store to avoid teenage boys who were chasing him. He left at approximately 4:45. Still, other witnesses came forward stating they saw Louis speaking to an unidentified man and woman at Jordan Creek, approximately 1 block from Louis's home. While all of this was going on, Sheila Mackerley, Louis's mother, was at a local hospital undergoing a hysterectomy. She recalled in an article published in 2004 that prior to going under for surgery, she sat up and yelled "Louis" because she felt that something was wrong. Louis had been known to stay out past 9:30. When his parents arrived home from the hospital and were told he was missing, they decided to call the police. An extensive search of the area turned up no clues to his whereabouts. Louis enjoyed playing near water, particularly Jordan Creek, and shortly before he disappeared, he also stated that he would like to visit Dorney Park. No trace of him was ever found at either of these places. His parents took lie detector tests and were ruled out as suspects in their son's disappearance. There were allegations of abuse and neglect. In his distinguishing characteristics, there was mention of 2 odd-shaped circular burn scars on the right side of his chest. And of course, the fact that he was allowed to wander around all hours by himself. But these allegations were reviewed and found to be unsubstantiated. The story even became more bizarre. In January of 1984, Louis told his parents, the school nurse, and a psychologist that he had been molested by a couple named Frank and Elizabeth. His accounts of the alleged incident differed. Once he said he had been molested on the railroad tracks near Jordan Street, and another time he said Frank and Elizabeth had driven him to an apartment in Allentown and molested him there. Louis stated the couple threatened to hurt him if he told anybody about what they had done. The Allentown police were notified, but they could not find enough evidence to warrant an investigation. So who were Frank and Elizabeth? Why were teenage boys chasing a 7-year-old? And perhaps most troubling, why was a 7-year-old allowed to stay out until past 9:30 at night? This case had so many questions, and to this day, no answers. At the time of his disappearance, Louis was on Ritalin. His parents feared that without this medication, he may have had lapses in memory and did not remember who he was. Louis is still listed as a missing person, non-family abduction. Today, he would be 43 years old.